Lockexul, or, as my page says, Jeremy Monjar, because I still don't know how to change that. If you can just barely hear me, I'm going to try and be a little louder. I was in the Army, so I can sound off with, like, I got a pair, but I'm not actually wearing my headset, and if you notice, there might be some, it'll seem like reverberation or maybe an echo. I actually have to do the audio through the TV instead of my headset, so you're going to hear it twice. And but I'm not actually wearing my headset because, as I said yesterday, I know nobody probably watched, but well, let's get to that. I had labeled yesterday's broadcast a podcast, but since nobody joined, there was not really any discussion, and, I played for 6 hours. It went on for 6 hours, nobody joined, and so, it wasn't really a podcast, you know what I mean? There was no discussion, and I wasn't able to talk for 6 hours. I mean, first of all, I'm kind of noobish, so I don't even know enough about Minecraft to talk for 6 hours about it. But, this time I've labeled it a live stream. But as I said yesterday, getting back to my original point, my headset, my very expensive PlayStation headset, snapped right at the earpiece connector while I was taking it off my head. And I wasn't even being rough about it. I just went to grab it and lift it off my head and snap. So much for a $60 headset. So now, I'll be able to put the headset on a little later, but right now I've got it taped up and it's got the Gorilla Glue drying, and, we'll get there. But without further ado, let's play the game. Disclaimer. Today, as I've said before, I've been watching EY stream. I like the guy. I mean, sometimes his voice reminds me of a South Park character, but, I started with some of his favorite seed videos, and then cursed seed videos, and then his scary survival videos, and, which I eventually figured out, it was staged. But then I moved on to the trolling his sister videos, and I like the guy. I really do. But those feel kind of staged too. I mean, it's the way that his sister acts. I mean, first of all, her voice sounds like nobody's voice that I've ever heard in my life. And it leads me to believe that it's a grown-up pretending to sound like a kid. Now, I've seen this before. I've played Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and somebody will get on, and it's quite clear that, hey, man, you're a grown-up, but you're trying to sound like an 8-year-old. You're purposely baby talking to make people think you're young, but nobody's being fooled. You're a grown-ass man. You know what I mean? Well, that's what it sounds like to me. And the thing she said, it's subtle little things, but I pick up on them, and they're staged. I'm sorry, I come away with the feeling that all of his troll videos are staged. You know what I mean? But anyways, I like the guy, but they're staged. So starting off today, as my disclaimer for Microsoft and Mojang, I'm going to be going on some of these supposed cursed seeds. Now, people will scare you away from these cursed seeds by saying that they will destroy your device. I'm here to tell you right now, I am on the air, live streaming, and if this destroys my PS4, you guys are going to owe me some money, Microsoft. I'm sorry, but business practices, you cannot come out with a product or a game that has the potential to destroy your entire $400 system. That's just, they would be up to their ass in lawsuits It really would. Now I can see the PC thing when you get into the mods and you get into all this other crazy shit. Yeah, maybe it'll hurt your device, but on a PS4 game, no. No, that would be a lawsuit. You know, you're buying me a new PS4, especially since there's no disclaimer that I can find that will pop up and say, hey, you might not want to do this seed because it has the potential to destroy your device. I mean, I don't know. I haven't gone on any seeds, but we're about to find out. All right, the first seed that I want to do, and for once I'm going to do a regular texture pack, and we'll do scientist, seed, BS. Nice, right? Nice. That's going to be the name. It's survival. We're online. And we'll do H O G L O O G. And the only reason I'm doing this is because I had seen some other guy who was like 5 years old and always pronounced his V's as a W, which if well, I'll get into that later. But I think this might change something. So, or did it do that on its own? We'll do that just in case. I usually have it on medium, so I think maybe it was auto set because of me, not because of the seed. But we'll create the world, and well, let's see if it says anything. So far, so good. I don't see anything going wrong. There was no disclaimer, so if anything happens to my device, they're on the hook. But I had seen another guy come on this supposed scientist seed and try and disprove it. The only issue is he never, in fact, went anywhere that EY Stream had gone. Alright? Whoa. This doesn't look right. This looks completely wrong. Yeah, this is not... You fucking... hate those goddamn things. This is not right. This is not the village. It started me way in a different spot. I fucking hate you berries. Alright. This is not the right village. And because of that, I will disable autosave. Alright, now how do I do this? I can't remember how to do it. I had heard that, you know, on the comments that changed a bunch of stuff on this seed, but wow. Wow. Is that another village right next to this village? Or is that just one random house that's actually a part of that village? The world may never know. Nothing looks the same. He wasn't near any deserts. Let's go ahead and map some of this shit out. Just kind of. I don't know, guys. This is this whole side just looks like an ocean. Quite a lot of ocean. There wasn't any snow where he was at. Yeah, see, I'm not quite sure what has happened. I mean, clearly, if this is in fact still the same seed, I mean, either one of two things has happened. One, they've completely changed this seed and reworked it because there were things wrong with it, or, you know, it just was glitchy or something. I don't know. I don't know the story. Or they've moved the spawn point because in his game he spawned right near the zombie village where the scientist was supposed to be. Here, I don't even see the zombie village where the scientist was supposed to be. None of this looks the same. Not one bit. So witch's house. I've noticed that a lot of times there is no witch in the witch's house. Let's try this. Alright, so haven't really disproved anything, but we'll go ahead and delete that one. And we'll do this. We'll start creative mode. And we'll try, somebody had said that this is actually it. So just it seems to always be like trying to put me on medium biome scales. I'm not even going to bother naming it. Okay, this is clearly not it either. Although this is a cool world. Let's see, we got a pirate ship right here. Right off the bat. Mesa biome. If anybody watches my supposed podcast yesterday, you'll know that I've had one world on my old PS4, which for whatever reason, I guess the worlds don't carry over with your account when you change PS4s. I have not seen a mesa biome literally since that world, my first world. They're, I guess, extremely rare. This isn't even a very good mesa biome. But, loyally lying. I like mesa biomes because they're the only place I've ever actually seen mines. Such as this. There's some gold. You guys might be wondering why I'm even looking at this mine. It has nothing to do. Just gonna see if there's a spider spammer somewhere I can see. No, I don't see one. Lots of chests. No spider spammer. I mean, there was another section of the mine that I'm not going to check. But this is clearly not the same world either. We'll do a little quick sweep of the map just to see. What was that? Oh, it's another pirate ship. So again, we know that's not the village. We know it's nowhere in snow. on PS4 edition, the world just doesn't exist as it does in others. Well, moving on. So I can't disprove the scientists. Either I've done something wrong, the biomes have to be set to medium or large, or I don't know, but our next world, survival, or creative, our next world is going to be, wait, I don't think it's capitalized. Hold on, let me check this real quick. Okay, so it is capitalized. Well, check this out, because this seed is supposed to be cursed and have some weird stuff that happens. One second, guys. There we go. I got my headset on now. What the? And I've seen videos. Another guy, his name was like OIG, was playing on this, and something was invisible was following him around and breaking things. You could see pieces of grass breaking and so on, and blah 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 blah. You know, a lot of times when things like that happen, I chalk it up to somebody with true invisibility on the game, a friend who's helping the hoax. You know what I mean? So far, I'm not seeing anything really spectacular. I mean, who is this? Alright guys, you're going to hear somebody else's audio. It's still YouTube, so I think it should be okay.
Hello everyone, welcome back scariest Minecraft videos I've ever made.
Whatever.
Or just spawned right here. And is that what I think it is? I think that's what I think it is. Right there. I think that's what I think it is. And I probably won't have like any background music in this video too, because actually I probably will, because you guys won't hear me. Ooh, village, right near spawn. But for me, I personally like to go in caves, so I'm gonna try going into the cave too, so. Okay.
What?
So we got a lot of stuff here. I wish we could get a sword. Actually, we could get a sword out of this, actually.
A village near spawn?
To defend ourselves. Honestly, I should be in creative mode for this, but I feel like it'd be funner to be in survival. Personally, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how fun this is gonna be. Oh my gosh, I'm risking so much stuff by just using words. Okay, sword. Let's use a sword. And I want to explore the caves first before we explore that village. Okay, alright,
Yeah.
piece of
Apparently,
let's see, let's just
this
right here.
isn't gonna work for me
Nothing in here?
because
Gravel looks good.
this is exactly the same. I spelled it correctly. This is supposed to be the exact same seed that he's in, and it's clearly like, as soon as he spawns in, I can tell that his spawn is completely different from mine. I don't know if it's just a different location, but I've got a feeling that on this PS4 edition, the seeds are actually all different, because they clearly seem to be all different.
This village is not an ordinary village. Yes, this is not a normal village. Oh my gosh.
Where the fuck is spawn? Oh, there's spawn.
Yo, you guys. Zombie villagers. This is I think this
Yeah,
is pretty
because I spawned right here, and he spawned in the middle of a field with a zombie village, like, right there.
But they can hurt me, right?
There's clearly no
Ow, you're not nice.
villages at all.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, this is really rare. A zombie village, you guys. Zombie village. Is everything down here? But yeah, I'm just hearing the noises of the zombie villages right here. This is pretty spooky right
That's
here.
not a zombie village.
I've never seen a village like this before. Or have I ever? So, yeah, that's pretty interesting. I can still hear them. I can still hear them from up there. I know you guys can't hear it, but I'm the only one who can hear it right now. Okay, let's get out of this cave. Alright, let's see, where should we go to? I have no idea where we're going to go to. Okay, yeah, but that's pretty crazy though. Wait, how long does this path go to? Okay, it goes all the way over here. That's pretty weird. Caves. Alright, there's like open areas over here. Out there.
I don't get it.
Is there anything weird about this one? It just takes you out over here.
There used to be a way.
For some reason, you never know where they lead to.
Did they change that?
Okay.
You used to be able to switch.
I've heard from the seed there's a lot of weird noises in the seed. So if I go weird, and you guys are like, oh, I didn't hear that, it's probably gonna be true. Okay. But anyway, though, I'm just gonna.
So they took out the option to switch between creative and survival? Because I could swear that I used to be able to switch in-game between the two.
Ocean. A little bit of an ocean right here.
But apparently not.
Alright. Thank gosh. That was not what I thought it was. Thank goodness.
Are you a zombie village? I'm not really sure what zombie villages look like.
That's just gravel, right? Yeah, that's just stone and gravel?
I know that people tend to be able to identify them just by sight.
With this.
Not this guy.
Okay, you're annoying me. Wait, hold on. X marks the spot? That's water. Okay, running back to the village.
So,
Where we're gonna go to.
clearly none of this is working for me. The seeds are all different.
We're just gonna just travel around this world. But that is just weird. I've never seen a village like that before. A zombie village. Never seen one like that before. Never have I ever. Why does this look weird? I thought that was something weird.
Sorry guys, it's I'm actually playing Marvel Strike Force on my phone at the same time trying to do my daily shit. And that's enough of this guy. I'm probably going to get my video removed just for having that on there. But I never said his name, so he's never going to know. And nobody watches my shit anyways, because I'm noobish. Alright, so that's done. Why is it automatically... Because it used to always automatically start the worlds as small biomes, but now it's automatically doing medium. Is that because of my preference is medium, or it just does that now? I'm not sure, but we'll try it one more time, and this time we'll do survival. We'll do host privileges too, because I think that's actually how you don't care. Wait, did that say that if you do this you don't even get updates? They're disabled? That's crap. I mean, I can understand disabling a TVs, but I had to have... I didn't read it, I just happened to see, like, that one sentence that popped out. You know what I mean? I can see turning TVs off, but, you know... Because I use host privileges, it's going to make me play the vanilla version of the game that doesn't have any temples or pirate ships or... Alright. Nope, same spawn. Now let's see if it worked. Yeah, now I can do it. Now I can do it. Just for kicks. But this is clearly not the same world he was in. Yep, the seeds are different for the PS4. And maybe cursed seeds are real. And you know, they're banned, and because they're banned on the PS4 edition where there's less control over things, they've just made the seeds totally different seeds. You know what I mean? They didn't want people's devices to crash because, you know, if your PC crashes or becomes corrupted by a seed, like people have said, you know, and maybe that's true, you can at least, you know, delete everything on your PC and start over. Whereas if, you know, it corrupts my PS4, well, there's no fixing that. You know what I mean? It's pretty much in the books. But yeah, these seeds are completely different. They're in no way the same. I heard something. But this seed, he had described it. There was all kinds of weirdness that he had described. Like when you mine, you hear the screams of children. We're about to test that theory. La-da-da, Lorelei lie. I have a thing about leaving the trees. I mean, I don't like to leave the trees at all. Because then, you know, it just doesn't look natural. It just doesn't look natural. We'll make just nothing but pickaxes. 2 attacks good enough for me, because I'm not going to be here long. I just want to verify that when I mine under the ground, there's not going to be any children screaming or weirdness going on. But so far, got a big nada here. Really? I don't see any caves. I could just like mine, but I've gotten in the habit lately of trying to find natural caves. I've found that when I find natural caves or ravines, they tend to be more rare mineral rich than, mines that I create just digging. I mean, in fact, usually when I just dig a mine down, like a staircase down, I don't really find much until I run into an actual cave or route. Really? You're not giving me any caves in this entire mountain? We're just gonna mine. I actually was checking up on Herobrine. They even have it on the wiki that it's not a real Minecraft thing. It's a fan hoax. I'm not hearing any children scream, so... Yep, that's a bust. Alright. That's weird that they would be different, though. Because some of my other seeds, I've been able to... Wait a minute, hold up. Some of my other seeds, there was a Minecraft map thing. I don't even know what to call it. It was a website where you could go on and type your seed name, and it would generate the map and kind of tell you where things could spawn, like villages and towns. It wasn't exactly up to date, but for the most part, it matched up with my seeds. But it was based on the PC one, so I think a lot of seeds are the same or similar. But some of these key seeds, like the supposed cursed ones, seem to not be the same at all. But anyways, we'll get back to Ranalthor. Make sure everything's right. This one, once again, is the city texture pack. I bought it. I paid for it. I know a lot of people like to see things in the original texture pack. I haven't seen that people tend to really go for the other texture packs. I can get that because I've played or checked out some of the texture packs, and I mean they're interesting, but they're not really, cool enough, in my opinion, for me to pay the money to buy them. You know what I mean? Like the Norse mythology pack, the fantasy pack, and the Skyrim pack are all pretty much the same thing in my book. The only pack that I would think of buying at this point would be the Fallout pack, which for fans of my channel, which I have not, I'm a Fallout guy. Yes, I'm on easy. I'm a noob. And while the monsters don't hit for much, and maybe certain parts are easier, I do know that a lot of the rare drops actually have less of a chance on easy than on the different. Like, I can't remember what I was watching, but somebody was saying, like, oh, it's zombie skeletons. On hard, on easy, there's like a 1 to 5% chance you're going to get a zombie skeleton to spawn. On hard, that jumps up to a 30% chance, so it's way more likely it's going to happen, But we're going to load. Yesterday, if you go back and watch the podcast, I put in a good 6 hours, and at the end of which, I forgot I was up here mining. I did all this after the pod. What had happened was, okay, I'm going to exit out because I'm going to talk and not play, and I don't want the day cycle to get messed up. At the end of the last time I played, what you guys saw is I found some diamonds in a chest in a town. My first diamonds ever. I told you I'm a noob, and I don't mine a lot. I'm more into mapping, creating the maps, and going around. I like exploring. I've always been a natural explorer. Born 200 years too late because there's really nothing to explore. But I like exploring the world, and creating the maps. And, my goal is to completely map out a world without having to use creative mode. I tried it on one of my first games on my other PS4, and eventually, I had. Back then, I don't know if they had updated it yet, but there were times where I would go through entire areas and then pull out my map, and it hadn't registered at all that I had been anywhere on that map, because I didn't actually. It was doing this thing where if I wasn't actually holding the map in my quick bar, then it wouldn't update the map. And it pissed me off, so I switched to, creative, and flying was so much faster. But, you know, my goal is to eventually create an entire world map on complete survival mode. Before the cartography table, it was a real pain in the ass because you had to have iron and redstone. Lots and lots of iron and redstone. But back to this episode today. No more getting sidetracked, guys. I promise. I'm gonna stop meandering. I'm gonna get better at this live stream stuff, this commentary stuff. But last game, I had built another portal and ended it there. Well, after I ended the broadcast, I actually gathered up, I'd say, about half of my arrows, a bow, got geared up, and went into the nether. And right inside the nether was a lava pit. You'll see it when I get in there. But it was a lava pit, and I died like instantly and lost all of my arrows. And I was able to go back in and collect some of my stuff. Unfortunately, not the arrows or torches. And I found that you really need arrows because of the ghasts. You know what I mean? And you also need a lot of cobblestone because of the ghasts. But so it didn't go well. I died a bunch. I played for a little while and eventually got to the point where I could, survive the starting area of the nether without just getting murked. But now I'm trying to farm arrows, which the flint isn't the hard part. It's the feathers, because chickens only give you one feather at a time. I don't even know how you can farm parrots, because you can't. I don't think you can lure them with seeds like you can chickens, and you certainly can't keep them in a fenced-in area because they can actually fly. And when you're farming feathers from chickens, you gotta breed the chickens, and then you can only have so many chickens at a time, and it takes a lot of time to farm feathers from chickens, because it's like 5 minutes between their breeding sessions that you have to wait, like the equivalent of half a day. But without further ado, let's get this started. And just so you know, I am up all the way. See, it's not even giving me the option. Why am I not in sneak anymore? That could have been real bad. It's not even giving me the option to place another block. But the air up here, the first time I did this, which was, after I had quit live streaming yesterday, I was kind of scared because I had never built up to the point where you can't build anymore, and I'm like, were they smart and made it so that if you build up a certain height, you start losing air, like you're under the water? But no, you can just legitimately build up there and everything's fine. You just reach a point where you can't build anymore. It's probably, I think it's like up 255 or something like that. I don't know. I didn't do the math. I know I've used 4 stacks of gravel. And this, this is how I get my gravel. Legitimately, I just dig up a couple stacks of gravel from out in the world, and I take it back and collect it all, and then I just keep doing this because every time you mine the gravel, you lose some of it. You don't, like if I were to take this stack of 34 gravel and place it down, and then dig through the 34 that I had just placed, I would end up with more like 20 something, because some of them are just utterly destroyed on the second dig. So what I do is I get like 4 or 5 stacks, and I just keep repeating this process until eventually I have no gravel at all. But I'm not going to do that now, because I think I almost have a full stack of flint. Yeah, I'm really close. Yeah, that's a full stack. Full stack of flint. Now put all this crap away. Crap diddly lap lap. I really want to test and see if the parrots really will come to me with seeds. I don't know. That was lava. Go back and watch the first vid. Here I've started on the map. I actually did that and that map on the last live stream. I completely mapped out those two areas. But not completely, because there's this one little area right over here that I didn't map. Where's my horse? Last time I put him in the fence because he has a tendency to wander, like really far away. I put him in here, but I found that he can actually go over the fence. So maybe it'll let me breed him. Get off my laptop, baby girl. No. Mommy, don't play that. Put these eggs away. I just want to see. The only thing I've found that eggs are useful. Really? Don't go over there and start knocking shit off the shelf to get attention. Sorry guys, I have a... She's a dwarf cat. She's like 4 or 5 years old, but she looks like a kitten. She's not declawed, she's not fixed. I don't believe in that shit. She's a completely indoor cat, so I don't have to worry about the cat population. Sorry, Adam Conover. Come on, chickies. Outside of cakes, though, I haven't really found much purpose behind eggs. That's what I was saying. Yeah, see, I had a full stack of arrows and a half stack of arrows, and I've since lost. I lost the half stack in the lava, then I took another half of the full stack I took half of the full stack that I had left over and went in there, and I didn't lose them. I actually used them all trying to kill ghasts. I'm out of practice with the bow. Um, Knock it off, baby girl. The crossbow does more damage, but it reloads way slower. I like them, but I just don't use them that much. It's already almost night, so there's no point going anywhere. I lost a couple iron pickaxes. I lost my iron shovel. No, I used my iron shovel. I didn't lose any of my stuff. I only just lost a bow and a bunch of torches. But I got plenty of torches. I don't have any swords. Now, tell me why I killed one of those pigmen guys with a bow from afar. So he didn't aggro against me, and none of his friends aggroed against me. And he dropped a golden sword. And I'm like, sweet! It's like the highest level sword you could make. And it only had like it had like 10% condition left, durability left. And I don't know if that affects it, but I noticed that it only gave me +4 to attack, which is legitimately the same as the wooden sword. I mean, and if that's the case, what's the point of a golden sword? Is it just for show, to show off bling or whatever? Because, you know, this is 6, that's 5, and that's 4, or something like that. But you know, to use precious gold to make a sword that's as strong as a wooden sword, I mean, it kind of makes sense. Because gold is not the metal you would use. I would never make a weapon out of gold. Just because gold is actually a soft metal. I mean, it'd be real shiny and nice. I need to organize this. I tell you what. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this. Want that. I'm gonna keep going to the wrong one. I'm gonna make a couple of beds. Just in case. And a couple of wooden swords. And by couple, I mean a lot. Got my chickens. Chicky. That's 2, right? No, 3. Not quite ready for it yet. I don't need health. Alright. In the words of ICP, we're going chicken hunting. Who's going chicken hunt? We're going chicken hunt. My hair's getting on my nerves. Don't need pigs, don't need sheep. Yeah, one of my times in the nether, I actually had a ghast hit my nether portal and put it out. And I got stuck. But then I got lucky and the ghast actually hit the nether portal again and relit it. Otherwise, I would have been completely fucked. I want some seeds. One seed's good enough. Baby girl, get away from me. Yeah, the one problem with my little kitty not being fixed, and it's getting worse. I mean, I don't know if she's going through a change of life, but when I first got her, she would go into heat, but it was like once every couple of months. But now that she's gotten older, and I guess, you know, because I'm a male, I mean, because she doesn't, she'll go heat crazy with females that are around, but if I'm around, she'll just ignore them. She knows that I'm a male, and in her mind, I'm her mate, and but she's, you know, got to the point where now she's going into heat once every other week. You know what I mean? She's just, seems like she's, this summer, she's been in a constant state of heat, you know, and she's really irritating about it. Really, really irritating. She has this thing where she'll just lay next to me while I'm doing something, like, and just sit and continually, like, try and claw into my arms to pull me towards her. As if to say, I'm here, come, you know, give me the business. It's like, baby girl, I can't do nothing for you. I'm in a jungle, but there are no parrots. I didn't hear any parrots. Pretty bird. Pretty, pretty bird. I gotta be careful because I'm gonna get lost in this jungle. There's a parrot. Yeah. As I was saying in the podcast, jungles are one of the worst places in the game. I mean, they're cool. There's a lot of resources. No, he could care less about my seed. Sometimes they drop 2 feathers. I've had them drop 2 feathers before. And maybe I was wrong, and they only drop 1. But I thought they dropped 2 because it was a reward, because they don't drop any food. Where is that? Alright, if I go this way, and that way, I'll go back. There was a little piece of bamboo there. I did find a bamboo / jungle biome, which was really cool. I hear a chicken, but we're in a jungle, so I can't see chicken. Oh yeah, I was up to level like 26 and I died to a bush. I actually had to disable autosave because I was out mapping and I had found those 3 diamonds. My first diamonds ever in the entire time I've played Minecraft. I don't do a lot of mining, but I actually found some diamonds, and then I was out mapping, so I had never made it back to my inventory. I had all kinds of good shit. Diamonds, emeralds, shit I had found in all these villages. And then I died to a bush in the middle of the night, trying to find sheep. And baby girl, get the frick away from me. Panda? But anyways, I had actually, and I was so pissed, I'm like, no. I'm not losing my diamonds and shit. It's not happening. So what I ended up doing is disabling autosave so I wouldn't lose my achievities, turning on creative mode, and then going back and, flying around till I found it. Luckily, right before I had died, I had dropped a crafting box. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it's escaping me at the moment. I want some bamboo. Now to get the flock out of here. Oh, he will actually follow me. That's awesome. I've never done this before. That's so cool. Oh, good panda. There's one for you just because. Don't attack me in my sleep. I think he was just glitched. I've always thought that if you have fish, you should be able to do that same thing with the polar bears. Maybe you can. I've never actually tried it, but... Ravine. But we're not looking for ravines. We're looking for chickies. What'd you do, buddy? Dude, I didn't think I was gonna win this battle. Again, I got Marble Strike Force going on over here in the back. I do like on this that on the city texture pack, the clay is very identifiable, whereas on the normal texture pack, which I haven't really played in a while, so I can't be exactly sure 100% anymore. But it just, I don't remember it being that visually identifiable from regular blocks. In fact, like I was saying yesterday, it used to aggravate me because the tutorial stuff that pops up the first time you see something, all you have to do is just brush over the thing that it's identifying. So what would happen is my cursor would be on a piece of clay for, like a half a second while I'm doing something else. And it would pop up and say, "This is Clay, da 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 da." And I'd be like, "Okay, that's great," but I have no idea what it looks like because I wasn't actually looking for it, and I didn't see it, what it was that I had my cursor on when it popped up. And then there's no way to get that back without, just completely deleting all your data. So Mojang, Microsoft, whoever's in charge, get on that. Get on that. Making it so that you can, at least reset the tutorial stuff. I'm walking away, man. I'm walking away. I got plenty of clay now. Not interested in having... I came out to search for chickens, not clay. I like clay because in the city texture pack, it's really fucking awesome looking, the bricks. Whereas on the normal texture pack, I would say my favorite building materials to use are actually stone and chiseled stone. I'm real near my nether temple. Okay, it's right over there. Nether temple. This jungle is huge, by the way. It actually persists through the next zone for quite a while, too. The east side? Midwest side? Ohio? Ohio, ho hum, to the Ohio. Every time I hear zombies under the ground, I'm like, oh, there's a zombie spawner down there. There's one of them little mini dungeons. No chickens? He likes to pretend he's a regular guy, but he's just a chicken boo. For those 90s kids like myself. Oh, by the way, I'm 35 years old. Well, I'm going to be 35 October 2nd. And great. Good job, Jeremy. You just, what's the word, doxed yourself? My screen name on the YouTube, because the PS4 won't let me change it. It basically set up this YouTube account. It didn't give me the option to use my real YouTube account. It uses my real name, and now I just gave my birth date, so... And you can do the math to figure out the year. Identity thieves. Just so you know, I have nothing you can take. I have no credit. I have bad credit. I'm in default on student loans. I went to a McDonald's college, Brown Cracky College, for audio-visual production. I didn't even finish. I got like 3 months away from finishing it quick because my car broke down and I couldn't get back and forth. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and I wanted to stay home and give her the business rather than go to school. Plus, I was smoking a lot of weed at that time. Just copious amounts. But no, I haven't searched that jungle temple. I can't even get up to it right now unless I put some blocks down. I don't want to mess with it. I think I'm going to save it for when my son is playing with me again. Should have brought the map. Again, Lorelei Live. Fucking pushes you. Hate those you know, I legitimately nowadays pretty much only die to the bushes. Ever since they added those bushes, which has been since I had stopped playing for a long time and got this new PS4 and blah 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 blah. Exactly what I was looking for. Need like 4 of them. Dolphins are useless. They don't drop anything. It's turtle time. There's shit down here. Digging with a stick. No bueno. And I dug straight down. Shut up, dolphin. I think what I'm gonna do is head over. I think that I got an achievie over in this area for I guess a new thing they have, water ruins. The fuck was that? That's not a dolphin, is it? That must sound like some kind of bird. I don't know what the fuck that was. Anyway. It's weird that I found that. Yeah, there's that thing. A ruined thing. But it's weird that I found that panda right on the edge of that jungle. Because where I found that bamboo forest biome, there were no pandas. Which is not cool. Be right back. Well, the Gorilla Glue thing didn't work. Didn't work. Didn't think it would. Because of the nature of where it meets up. Which means my headset's gonna eventually be no bueno. It's already starting to lose its ability to hold to the side of my head. I'm really kind of pissed off that it broke in such an easy, just pulling it off my head. Not even rough, just grabbed the ear and went to pull it off and snap. You know what I mean? For a $60 fucking headset. That's really upsetting, and I haven't even had it that long. It's really upsetting. It's the PS4. It's an actual PlayStation headset, which means from now on I'm gonna buy a third party. They're usually cheaper, and if you destroy them like I do, I've had bad luck with headsets. I had a headset that I had to ban my son from using my headsets. He's one of those kids, he's got ADHD like me, and he's one of those kids where he doesn't stay focused on things for very long. So, like, he'd be playing Minecraft for like 5 minutes, and then he'd get up and go to run out of the room. My headset would hook around one of his legs, and it would just, you know what I mean? It's like the foghorn leghorn when he would mess with the dog till the dog would get to the end of the chain and just get choked up. You young kids might not even know who foghorn leghorn is. I say, now look at here. I say, now look at him, boy. Use a chicken hawk. But, yeah, so he damaged my headset so that it would only work if I held it at a certain angle inside the headset jack. Well, I had to keep monkeying with that angle to make it work, to the point where one day it actually, the what is it, the quarter-inch jack actually snapped off in the controller. And I was never able to get it out of the controller jack, you know what I mean? So, not only was the headset done for good, but the controller was also done. I mean, I could still use that controller. I think I still have it around here somewhere, but it's... You can never plug another headset in. Where are all the turtles I seen here last time? It's like, oh, you were killing turtles? Well, we're not going to spawn anymore. Because we hate you, Lockexul. We hate you. Because this place was crawling with turtles. Just crawling with them. I almost think I already cleared out this ship. Yeah. I do kind of hate how now, like before, the one saving grace about doing like underwater treasure chests is when you activated the chest, it stopped your breathe timer. Well, they changed that. I mean, yeah, it's more realistic now. They've done it, but it's also gotten me killed learning that lesson. And it looks like they're seriously done giving me turtles. What was that? Oh. I was like, oh, is my world haunted? I don't believe in any of that stuff. As far as I can tell, all that shit is just hoaxes. Shit YouTubers are making up. Like I said, livestream. Love his feed. It's entertaining. but at the end of the day, I've pretty much gotten the sense that all of his trolling of his sister, who, like I said, sounds like an adult pretending to be a kid, it feels staged. And to an extent, I can kind of understand it, because, I mean, Minecraft is a cool game. It's entertaining to play. I mean, it's highly addictive. Yesterday, I got on to broadcast a live stream, and before I knew it, I looked up and 6 hours had elapsed. An hour and a half has already elapsed today, and it doesn't feel like it's been an hour and a half, but it sure the buck has. But, you know, one thing I noticed yesterday, as addictive as Minecraft is, there's not a lot of talking points about it. There's not a lot of entertainment for the viewer. So, you know, in order to get views and stuff, he started doing what I like to call Minecraft plays. The only thing I dislike about it is he's dishonest about it. He makes it seem like it's a real thing, like his scary survival episodes are totally staged. All the test subjects are actual other players. He was a lot better towards the beginning of the series about covering that up, because, you know, legitimately for like the first 8 episodes, I'm like, is this real? Is it fake? Everybody in the comments is the same thing. What's the seed? He'll never tell us the seed. Blah, 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 blah. But after a while, it's like he kind of... How can I put it? He kind of got more slack in his cover-up. You know what I mean? He wasn't... More lax. That's the word. He wasn't doing as good a job of making it seem like it wasn't fake. The real nail in the coffin... There were story notes, like in one episode, where's the scientist? Test Steve. I don't know. Only test subject 3 can find his secret room. He does this episode and turns Test Steve into test subject 3. They find the secret room, and when they find the secret room, they find out that, well, the only way to read the map in the room is a book that Test Steve had on him the whole time. So now he's got to turn Test Subject 3 back into Test Steve. And it just doesn't make any sense. It shows that he's making this story up as he goes along. It's not pre-planned well. Because if Test Steve would have had that book in the previous episode, then why was there a need to turn him into Test Subject 3? It makes no sense. But really the nail in the coffin is when they get on the map and they start trying to go towards the central lab. If you pay close enough attention, Test Steve has a player character icon on the map. Now that could be explained away, like, oh, it's just a glitch, or, that's the crazy nature of the test subjects, but no, that's bullshit. You fucked up, dude. You got too lax, and you lost sight of the fact that you were trying to maintain the realism. Just those 2 fucking turtles. That pisses me off. Hey, Mojang. I understand I can only sleep at night. And that little headline, you can only sleep at night, can pop up as much as you want it to. But please, give me the ability to at least lay in the bed during the day. Right now it could be, I'm laying in the bed, but it says blah, 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 blah. You can lay here, but you're not going to go to sleep until nightfall. You know what I mean? Because came out looking for chickens. I got sidetracked because I wanted to find turtles. And I had seen a bunch up here when I was mapping. And that bunch became 2. And now they're not spawning because I have horrible luck as a person. I'm that guy that, and this happens to me a lot with various things, but I'm that guy that, like, say we're in line, they're giving out free sandwiches, okay, somewhere, and everybody's in line. I'm that guy, like, I'm not even going to go as far as say, let somebody cut in line, like one person cut in line, because I'm like, okay, we're all going to get a sandwich. It doesn't matter if this one person gets in front of me. I'm not even going to go that far. I'm just going to say, we're in line, we're waiting to get sandwiches, and they run out of sandwiches on the guy right in front of me. He gets the last sandwich. That kind of shit happens to me all the time. I just have horrible luck. And that extends to the, games like Minecraft. I mean, the game has figured out that I'm looking for chickens and turtles. Have you guys seen a chicken and turtle lately? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that noise I heard had to be a fucking dolphin. I don't think I'm gonna find any turtles over here. Wait. Another ship? Yeah, it's down there. Sometimes, it used to be you could do that too. And you could also do it on games like Fallout, where you just, if you got right to a perfect point where you were just almost submerged but not quite submerged, you could see the bottom of the ocean fully lit. Guys, tell me a biome where chickens spawn a lot. I'm gonna do one more check over here. Hate those bushes. There's no benefit to them, they just kill you. They've killed my horse. I wasn't even on him, I got off of him in a town, and exploring the town, and all of a sudden I get a message, your horse has died. I go over to where he was, and it's a bush. He had walked onto a bush, and because I wasn't on him to move him off of it, animals that get stuck on a bush on their own usually tend to die on that bush. I mean, I rarely see them escape. Alright guys, there's no more turtles out here. They're not gonna give them to me. They know I want them. Wait a minute. Nah, this isn't it. Turtle, turtle, turtle. Can I join the Turtle of the Month Club? Turtle, turtle. Yeah, guys, you're not gonna get that reference. Some of you might. There was a one of them SNL movies that they came out with in late '90s, early 2000s. Dana Carvey, one of the few that he was the lead in. Dana Carvey played Garth on Wayne's World. He also did the voice for Gex, one of my favorite game franchises. And he's kind of like a more talented Frank Caliendo. And he's a real master of impersonations and voices and so on. And he did a movie called fuck, I just knew the name and completely slipped my mind what I was thinking of. Master of Disguise. Or something like that. That was the name of the movie. Why would I even want to trade for any of that? Come on, no, Jake. You want me to trade an emerald for a sunflower? Or a cactus? Or a kelp? Gunpowder's the only thing there that's maybe worth even bothering with. I'm not going to trade an emerald for it, for damn sure. I wish there would be a trader at my place. There was originally, but he got killed while I was down underneath mining. And while on other worlds I've had, they actually respawn after a while. He never did. Maybe because I don't spend a lot of time there? I'm not even fucking dealing with that junk. Anyways, it was a crappy movie, Master of Disguise. Or something like that. I think it's why Dana Carvey hasn't gotten the lead in any other movies. Kind of like the same thing with Eddie Griffin, hilarious dude, but he made an absolutely racist and derogatory, crappy movie called Undercover Brother or something like that. It's just a horrible movie. I really dislike the fact that like guys like Chris Rock, I'm a white guy. Well, I'm Native American and white, but the United States government classified. I'm only 1/8 Native American. Okay, I'm a mutt. Native American and French on my father's side, and English and Irish on my mother's side. In fact, my maternal grandfather, my mother's dad, is a tutor, pure English tutor. Actually would only breed with other English people for a long, long time because anybody that knows the significance of the name tutor, my distant relative, and I actually have verification, it's actually been traced all the way back. My ancestor was Henry VIII uncle. And as well, another ancestor was Henry VIII's cousin, and so on and so forth. We are direct lineage to Queen Elizabeth I and Bloody Mary Elizabeth. All of the Tudors, the Tudor royalty in England, you know, before we were exiled and chased out. pure English and Irish. My grandmother is Irish. That's a weird combination. I'm not gonna make it back in time. This is not good, guys. I don't have another bed. Luckily, I'm not carrying anything that I need. You know, just my turtle shells and shit. But, you know, because I'm 1/8 Lakota Sioux, I guess. That hasn't been verified. I was always told by my grandfather, who was full-blooded, or 3/4 or something. My great-grandmother was full-blooded. My grandfather was half. My father was 1/4, and I'm 1/8. According to my grandfather and my father all my life, we were Sioux. But then my uncle came out of nowhere back in 2012 and said, no, we're Cherokee. And I'm like, well, that doesn't line up. Bastards. I still believe we're Sioux because I've actually gone past my house. And there's a bed right up here. Get back. Don't you destroy my rails. What is he doing? He's trying to fuck up my shit. Whatever. As long as he didn't destroy my rail line. But anyways, I'm considered Native American according, I guess there's so few of us left that the United States government considers anybody 1/8 or more Native American for the purposes of Native American, of being Native American. I guess that the goal is to try and get me to breed with another Native American and, you know, bring the race back from the brink of extinction. Not gonna happen. 100 years from now, there won't be any of us left. Which is, you know, I'm tired of hearing, this is going to sound racist. This is my disclaimer. This isn't racist. I'm tired of hearing about slavery, okay? First of all, my people were the first slaves. The only reason your people were brought in is because my people would not work as slaves. We had no concept of ownership. So when somebody tried to say that they owned us, we would literally, instead of working, we would literally just sit down and die. We would sit, lose all will to exist, lose all spirit, and just lay down and die of starvation and dehydration. No matter how much we were whipped. So we wouldn't work. That's why your people were brought in. And I'm tired of hearing about slavery because ain't none of you motherfuckers alive ever been a slave. You don't know any slaves. We're 5 generations away from slavery. That shit is so gone and dead. And what the fuck do you want? At least your race is still here. Mine's just gone. They exterminated my people. You don't hear me fucking complaining about it. Or trying to get a free lunch for some shit that didn't even happen to me. But I digress. You know, I'm not trying to be controversial. I'm just tired of that shit. But it pisses me off that, you know, a lot of people, because I got my mom's skin tone. I got the bone structure of the Native American, I got the hair of the Native American, but I'm pale like my mother, who is pure Irish and English. So I've even had a black guy tell me I should be ashamed of myself for calling myself Native American. I whooped his fucking ass. Alright? It was fun. But I'm kind of sick of people like Chris Rock or the movie Undercover Brother, where they can go on there and make fun of all the white stereotypes, and Chris Rock outright is racist. And it always killed me because there'd be white people in the audience, you're so funny. He's being racist right now. But nobody cares. If you're black, you can be racist. In fact, white people are the only race that's not allowed to be racist. We're also the only race that's not allowed to have pride in our race. But I'm getting so controversial, and this is going to blow up in my face. I apologize, and I'm done. I should have never even started on that, because there's going to be a black guy that's going to get on here and you racist motherfucker, you're a bitch. No, fuck you, I'm not racist. I'm an army, all I see is green. Not racist. It's not racist to make observations. Well, we had 250 years of 400 years of we have the right to be racist. No. First of all, I have no need to apologize to you or your race for anything that happened to you before my birth. I never owned a slave. I never discriminated against anybody. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. That's how I feel. Fuck you. You want some restitution for slavery? Okay, come up and prove to me you were a slave. I know slavery existed. I'm not denying it didn't happen, that it happened. I'm just saying, do you know anybody alive today that's been affected by it? Oh, no, there's a trickle-down effect. No. That shit is not affecting you in any way, shape, or form. Discrimination and racism today is discrimination and racism today. It's not connected to discrimination and racism before. You guys are just using it as an excuse to fucking be assholes and try and get shit. And again, I'm sorry. I'm not racist. Not racist. I'm just making observations. I'm defending my race. Which I'm not even really doing because according to the United States government, I'm a Native American. But at some point, somebody's got to stand up and say, okay, you know, what white people did was fucked up. And it was wrong. And some of the shit that still continues to go on is wrong. But at the same time, I've been discriminated against and dealt with racism from black people. I've met more racist black people than I've ever even met racist white people. And, you know, my people come from Kentucky. I've spent a lot of time in Kentucky. I'm from Cincinnati. Kentucky is across the river. I have met in my lifetime more racist black people than I've ever met racist white people. But I need to get off this. I'm never going to prove my point to somebody. The people that are going to, if anybody sees this, hell, YouTube might pull me for being racist when I'm not being racist. I've said it a dozen times, I'm not being racist. But, you know, that, again, racism is one of those things. It's an eye of the beholder thing. It's all subjective. One did respond. Huh?
Huh?
Hack. Cool, but he wants 5 for him.
Huh?
Whack. Whack.
Huh?
Fuck you.
Huh?
I'm done with that. I'm done with that conversation, guys. Anybody who's offended, I sincerely apologize that you're offended. I don't apologize for anything that I've said because I firmly stand behind it. You know, we need to get together in fellowship. That's what the world is about. That's the beauty of this world, that we're all different. And the power of us as the human race is that we can all come together with our differences and bring a different perspective. And when we bring all those perspectives together, there is nothing we cannot accomplish in this fucking world. I promise you that right now. That's why America is America. America is not winning. The Union isn't winning the Civil War without the African Americans. We're not winning World War I or World War II without the African Americans. Our strength as a nation is our diversity. So we all need to just get together. But the more we segregate ourselves, the more we feed the self-fulfilling prophecy that is racism. Because hate is a fire that feeds itself. End of story. Back to Minecraft, guys. Sorry. Not sorry. It's not a big deal. Nobody watches my shit anyways. I'm talking to you. But just in case. If you're offended, fuck yeah. Don't care. I should never even talked about it because it's taboo to even talk about it. We live in a world where I'm not saying Donald Trump is a racist. I'm not saying he ain't a racist. All I know is that a lot of my black friends and brothers, yeah, I got some black brothers who I would literally die for. They just, he's a racist. And I said, well, why do you say that? He just is. Why? Because somebody somewhere said he was? Is that where we're at? If somebody says you're something, you automatically are? I mean, don't you have to have some proof, some evidence? No. No, you don't. Not in this world we're living in, this ultra PC, super PC culture we are building where, you know, I mean, it's invading everything. I'm not a fan of feminists. I'm a guy. Right? It's not that I'm a guy. It's the fact that at a certain point it becomes clear that they're not seeking true equality. They're seeking supremacy. Girls in the Boy Scouts? Why? But at the same time, they won't let guys in the Girl Scouts. I'd rather be in the Girl Scouts. I was in the Boy Scouts for all of one meeting. We met once at a Pizza Hut, and then, you know, our scout leader just disappeared off the face of the world, and we never had another meeting again. Maybe it's for the best, because I was never molested. But the Girl Scouts get to sell them cookies. And that's what a racket that is, man. They make a boatload off of those fucking exploiting those little girls for those cookies. Oh, but it benefits the Girl Scout. Well, where are the Boy Scout cookies? Huh? Why can't I earn a fucking bike? Y'all don't want equality? You go out there and say shit like, you can't say postman. They're at war with masculinity of any kind. You know, don't teach little boys anything about masculinity because it's gender coding. I literally watched on the news, they were talking about this is gender coding and that's gender coding, and we're not actually our genders don't define as anything. The only reason that we do end up defining our genders is because of the gender coding that we've been taught. It's all bullshit. We're genetically coded to be the ways that we are. But they're at war with feminists are literally at war with manhood itself. They want to destroy everything and separate everything that is a man from men. Take it away. Turn us into... And I believe that's part of the reason why... Nothing wrong with being gay. I got gay friends. But gay became acceptable, and the next thing you know, every third person is gay. I've never even seen anything like that in the history of the world. And I think part of the reason is, one, absentee fathers, dudes raised by women. Women can't teach a man how to be a man. And two, because, you know, you're separating everything that makes a man, and you're saying, well, there's nothing that makes a man, that's gender coding. But at the same time, the very next news report was about how women should be able to take off work if they have menstrual cramps. Well, you can't have it both fucking ways. You get to be a woman and associate everything about being a woman, but if I associate anything about being a man, I'm a misogynist fucking heathen. No. You're not looking for equality. You're looking for superiority. Don't fucking play me. I'm too smart for a dumb fuck. God, how did I get so anti-PC? I don't know. I just look at the world and we're headed for a fall, people. This shit is fucked up. And once again, nothing wrong with being gay. I'm not a homophobe. Nothing wrong with being a different race. Everybody should be happy with being who they are. I have a problem when people try and force their ideas upon other people. I don't agree with transgender people using a restroom that is different than their birth race, their birth sex. Transgender people get angry with me because I'll still refer to them as their birth sex. I'm sorry. Look, if you try and force me to identify you, you're forcing me to believe your beliefs. You're basically saying that what I believe is wrong, what you believe is right, and that's absolute. And that's bullshit. Nobody's right. They're beliefs. They're personal. That's between you and your God. The Most High, your understanding. And that's why where I'm at the bathroom issue. Yes, there's nothing wrong with you being transgender. If you identify as a female, identify as a female. But when you go into a bathroom, if you're a male identifying as a female, and you insist that you should be able to use the ladies' room, you're now forcing everybody else there to accept you as a female. People should be accepted for who and what they are. But you should not force people to do anything. Am I making a cogent statement? Are people understanding what I'm trying to say here? I don't mind. Live your life. Do what you want to do. Whatever tickles your pickle. You know what I mean? But when you start trying to force it upon me, then I have a problem. That's not what this country is about. Man, this country is bullshit, da 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 da. Yeah, whatever. I fought for this country. Hillary Clinton is the biggest piece of shit I know. That bitch is not an American. She doesn't believe in America. She believes in a world government. And In my opinion, the Clintons are the equivalent of the mob. They created the student loan crisis, which has every student fucked up to this day. They started NAFTA, which people blame Bush for the recession. No, that was... The argument is that Bill Clinton, we were never better off economically than under Bill Clinton. Well, that's because NAFTA and the things that he set up were all front-loaded with money. But in the long run, 10 years later, you see the true result. All of our businesses are going elsewhere. Then there's the nuclear deal with Iran. It's just the Benghazi thing. I mean, if I were to sit and make a list, I wasn't planning on talking about any of this shit, but if I were to sit and think and make a list, the Clintons are responsible for 90% of the bad shit that has happened in this country in the last 20 years. And yet people still love them. I don't understand it. Not veterans, though. Oh, if she'd have got elected, there'd have been a civil war. Not that I'm a Trump guy. Well, there were no good options this past election, in my opinion. But if the Clintons had their way, it'd be a one world government. Now, what's the difference between one world government and one world dictatorship? There's no checks and balances with that. There's no censorship. There's damn sure no of the people. Which people? It's the whole world. Be very careful, folks. We're at a tipping point, and if the wrong choices are made, it's going to get real ugly. But I digress. And for anybody that is offended by anything I've said, I'm sorry you're offended. I'm not sorry I said anything, because I'm allowed to have my beliefs. If you believe what I'm saying is racist, that's you believing it. I know I'm not a racist. Actually, and I know I'm not a sexist. I'm very accepting and understanding, to a point. As I said before, when it comes to the point where you're starting to, where are all the chicken hairs went? You're starting to force ideas upon me, no bueno. But up until that point, do what you do. I'm happy for you. I'm happy you're happy. Be happy, people. Alright, I'm done with that shit. I just spent a half an hour talking about shit that you're not supposed to talk about. And it's gonna blow up on me, too. I know it will. Some random person is gonna watch my video and be like, oh my god, and report me, and I'll get pulled, and that wouldn't be the worst thing. Because I'm being controversial. Just by talking about these subjects as a white male is controversial. Because the world is at war with white males. The racist black people don't have a single problem with white females. Of course not. Because, it's culturally a thing that for the longest time they've coveted our females. When discrimination and segregation stopped and they were actually able to date white females. Look at them. That's all most of them want to date, and that's fine, because I prefer black girls myself. I'm more attracted to them. Maybe it's one of those things where, you know, I grew up dating only white girls, so I got bored of them. Maybe it's the same for them. They just, you know, want something different. But either or, I know that, you know, it's quite clear that even the racist black people are cool with the females of the white race. It's the males. Just us males. Even though, if you go back through history, a lot of the atrocious shit that happened, but there are quite a few examples of instances where the females were actually the more racist of the two amongst white people. I mean, look at that kid that, you know, got murdered. What was his name? Got murdered in the South back in like the 50s or 60s or whatever. Or maybe it was the 70s or 80s. I don't know. I'm not doing research. But he got murdered. And then on her deathbed, the girl that got him killed, the white lady, came out and admitted that he didn't do the thing that she had accused him of that had led to his death. You know what I mean? She made it all up and got that boy killed for nothing. But, you know, you got that lady in fucking Oakland, what was it, like 5 years ago, came out on her MySpace, let's kill all the white men. I'm like, well, what about the fucking women? You're cool with them, you just hate us. That's bullshit. Not only is that racist, but it's sexist. You say you don't like animals, you got the trifecta going on over there. Sorry, I need to stop. Let's get back to Minecraft. Nobody's gonna watch this shit anyways. God, how long does these chickens take to grow? Yeah. See? And now I'm worried that I've ruined this live stream. That's how bad it is. If you really think about it, I haven't said anything remotely racist or sexist or prejudiced. But like I said, we live in a world where just if one person watches this and says they're offended, I've now been labeled all three. Like I said, where's the evidence that Donald Trump is a racist? I'm not defending Donald Trump. I'm not saying I'm a Donald Trump supporter. I'm just saying, show me one piece of evidence that proves he's a racist. There is none. We live in a world where just because somebody somewhere said he was, he is. Without the burden of proof, he's guilty until proven innocent. No bueno, guys. I'm kind of bored. Just gonna shut up, because I can't seem to stop. I feel like I don't even know why. There's no point to prove. You can can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. It's not my job to make anybody see the world the way I see the world. It's not my job to change opinions. In fact, it's quite impossible to do that. I mean, if you watch Adam Ruins Everything, it's even been proven that even if you come with facts and completely prove the other person wrong, 9 times out of 10, they still won't believe you. Most of the time, it'll put their guard up. They'll become even more adversarial. Even though deep down they know they're wrong. They won't admit they're wrong because you're trying to tell them they're wrong. And the worst thing any person can ever be is wrong. I'm wrong all the time. I'm wrong for having this conversation. Because it's not PC enough for this format. Can't have discussions like this. The fuck is seagrass? Oh. Interesting. I'll put that here. I really need to organize that. But for now, I'm just going to do some mining. Don't need quite so many swords. I will need some shovels. And torches. Why am I bringing this map? I've completely mapped this area, just so you don't know. I'm only bringing the map so I can see my why. Because I gotta go down to at least, what is it, like 120 to 115 to get redstone? Finally, you fuckers grew. Back to the Minecraft. That's crazy. I should be able to have more chickens. That means there's some chickens around here. Whatever. Oh, yeah. I never should have said anything about any of that. All over talking about Undercover Brother. Because now I'm not talking at all because I'm so upset. I've upset myself. Oh no! One of them grew up and I didn't know. Oh well. Yes, guys, I fucked up. Come on, buddy. I'll have to find another chicken. I want to respawn eventually around here. I always do. I'm gonna put these feathers away though. Alright, so now that I've officially offended most of the people that are here. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I just need, what, 22 more? 26 more. Something like that. My math isn't working for me right now. And he said, EY stream was on with his sister, and she didn't know he was on there, supposedly. And she had planted a bunch of trees next to each other. He's like, they won't grow that close to each other. I placed 15 acacia trees all next to each other in a big rectangle because I knew what they would do. They would all grow into one giant tree. Now, there were a couple places, like there was one there that wouldn't grow. It was just like a little alcove with a little fern in it, or sapling, and one here. And I actually had to use bone meal to get them to grow and become part of the tree. You know what I mean? But that's what they will do eventually, is all grow into one tree. You can plant them next to each other. Oh, yeah. I keep getting sidetracked, guys. I'm so sorry. I got caught up in a heated rant about the over political correctness of our modern culture and how it's eventually going to lead to bad things. Ah, oh, no way. He should not have blown up I legitimately thought there was gonna be a zombie spawner over there somewhere. Hey. Oh, I did bring food. My health should slowly start coming back a little bit. So that ends up leading here. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I don't think I've ever found an this is the end. I believe. Is this the very end of this entire tunnel? I hear the zombies, but I don't. Oh, there's more over there. Where are these zombies at? That's what I want to know. Yeah, see, this is a natural mine. As you can see, I'm not doing a lot of, like, digging out. Just, I'm not creating a new mine. This is a natural cave system that I'm just following along. And so far, I've found upwards of 200. That's a creeper. Go blow yourself. Yeah, I found upwards of 200 iron here. Shit ton of coal. Are there two of you guys now, or did you just walk over here? You just walked over here. Quick way to verify. Yep, he just walked over here. I really should go out in the world and pick up some of these beds. I've got beds strewn all over this planet. I don't even know where they're all at. I like my bones. And an arrow. Need some more torches. I had a bunch of apples and shit too, but I put them in a chest at a village. So I'll take some bread. There. I like to have a bed with me while I'm under the ground because it'll turn night. And if I made a clock, guys, hold on, let me check that out. If I made a clock, will it tell me the time of day in the world or the time of day in real life? I've never made a clock. It really, the problem with mining is it turns day and night underground, and it really doesn't change anything. But if I go down there while it's night, they'll murder him up here. If I just keep digging down there. It's always night under the ground, but if it turns night up here while I'm down there, bad things will happen up here to my stuff. Oh, yeah. Okay, alright. But, wait a minute. It's a clock on the city texture. But I think in the normal texture it's a sundial, which I'm not sure would be any use under the ground. I don't know. Later on in I guess an hour or so, I'll go ahead and that's right, I can remember all the places I've already explored. Like this way leads to where I was earlier. That's where that skeleton attacked me. that's all cleared out. Actually, I could go this way. You bitch! How dare you come at me crazy? I'm not good at those jumping attacks anymore. Another freaking dead end? I'm sorry. Not sorry! Never went that way. There was another way I would had. See, what had happened was... Oh no, this was a dead end. And that was a dead end. I need to go down. What the hell is that noise? I hear that a lot, but I never know what it is. Shovel too! I don't like how I can't block with my sword. Didn't I used to be able to block with a sword? That guy should not have been able to hit me. Sick of your shit. I'm going over the top. Ain't never gonna stop. Alright. There's some shit back here, but might as well look at it. Let's see what we can see. Oh, this is an interesting little area. But I want to go down. Where are we now? 23. One sec, guys. I'm gonna check something real quick. this. Really? Oh, I missed my energy. That sucks. Minecraft. Mining. Fucking A. Layer 10 to 15. Okay. That's what I thought. For some reason I had... Maybe it was, what the fuck? For some reason I had... Maybe it was Black Ops. I had negative 115. Like, I thought I had to go down to negative 115. But no, the bedrock hits at what, 0? Something like that. So I don't have to go down very much farther. Yeah, that's the bottom right there, you could tell. But how to get down there? Wait a minute. Where am I? There's what I came for. Oh. I thought that was diamond. Fuck you, buddy. Can't believe people are still joining my alliance on this. You know what? What the hell? Nebula. I don't really like you, but I need some shards. Level up. Ding dong McDuckets. Holy shit, somebody joined and said something and I wasn't even paying attention. My bad, SAC1577. Come on up, bitch. You all that in the sauce. Fucker. Did you ever in your life? Ever. Just to see. I can't believe somebody actually joined and I wasn't paying attention. Like, I've been playing for 2 hours and 45 minutes. The 5 seconds that I turn and look. Oh, you idiot. Oh no! Never dig down, guys. That was horrible. Oh my god. That was a catastrophe, guys. Fuck this. Wow, I lost some shit. Lava. Lava, lava. Sorry, dude, but I don't have time for your bullshit. I don't have time for your bullshit. Why are there so many creepers spawned in here? I can't believe that actually just happened to me, man.
Huh?
You'd think I would freaking know better. lost a whole suit of iron armor just now. I should be concerned, but I'm not. Shit like that's gonna happen sometimes. Lava is one of the worst ways you can die, because you do lose pretty much everything. Period. But luckily, I don't feel like I had... I'm back, bitches. I'm like a shark. I'm here for them arms and legs. So clearly... What the f... Because he had just blown my bed up. That's bullshit. He spawned right next to me.
Huh?
That's cheating in my book. The lava death, I don't mind so much. Shit like that happens. But what just happened to me just there, that was absolute horseshit. Not only did a creeper spawn right on top of me, but so did a fucking skeleton. Now I know I should have been more aware of my surroundings, but... Fuck no. I lost my bread. I don't want any fucks showing up. I didn't lose my redstone. I knew I wasn't getting that shit. Even though it should have gave me it to me, I was close enough. It did not. More than enough for my purposes. Really? Some of these creepers have like super speed or some shit. Have you noticed that? Like that one that I ran past earlier caught up to me. Which I don't feel like he should have been able to do that. I can't believe that I played for 2.5 hours. Nobody joined in, and then I look away for 5 seconds to play, you know, do a little bit of Marvel Strike Force, and boom. That's when somebody shows up and talks. It must have just turned night.
Mm-hmm.
Sucking egg. Still just don't have the timing for that down. Gold. Nice. Why not? Now, let's see here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. redstone. I'll go ahead and put the iron in. Actually, give me that. The one piece of iron. Planks, granite. Right. Okay. Okay. Give me that back. I better take some of this just in case, because I've never actually done this before. As I said, I'm kind of noobish. I'm a noobish. Oh, this should stop. Alright. Now what happens? If I put a block here, and one of these. Is it powered? Let's see. Nope. So I just don't put it on the block. Oh yeah, that's definitely lit up now. Let's see how that goes. I think I'm gonna have to put more on that hill. Did I put a regular torch over there? I feel like I might have did. Good catch. Yeah, I did it. I don't need no fucking... It's already almost night already. Anybody else feel like I just woke up? That's what I was saying in the last episode. I feel like at times, depending on what you're doing, time actually goes faster. sorry.
Huh?
This is way more important than that anyways. Well, only sometimes you gotta. I've never. God damn you. It did it again, only this time it actually went the right way. So it can only go uphill. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. This is irritating.
Uh-huh.
Guys, is there a way that I can reverse my flow? You know what I mean? Like, say I'm going one direction on the minecart. Can I hit a switch or something? Can I set up a switch that will allow me to just suddenly reverse the flow? Really? Damn it. What the fuck? What are you shooting at me for? You want beef with a homie like me? I actually got my jump attack right. Come with me, little chickie. We got a bit of a walk ahead of us. No, I don't want you getting into that. You little bitch. Oh, he's good. Don't go out of love mode yet. There we go. There we go. Good deal. It's not gonna let me in there. Check this out. I was pushing forward. Should have done that a long time ago. Oh, it didn't stop me. Here, we'll put one. Da da da. Repower that bad boy. At this rate, I'm gonna blow through my damn. That didn't do it. Stop, stop, stop! I know it made it up there. It's already almost night already. You guys are seeing this, right? I was completely correct in that. Time actually moves faster when you're doing certain things. charging it. It's not gonna charge it. That's gonna charge it. Like, I think when you're traveling, if you travel a certain distance, it speeds up time. If you're mining, if you or chopping trees or doing any work like that, it speeds up time a little bit for each thing you do. I was about to say, what the fuck was that? You piece of shit. Let's see how we do. It's only gonna leave me one block though. Just getting out caused it to move like that. That's crazy. It's not complete. I'm gonna have to self-propel for a good chunk of this shit. That's gonna be a hell of a hill to try and do it on. What the fuck?! Yeah. That's bullshit. How did I run out of food so quickly? This game cheats, man. Sometimes I swear it cheats. I'm better off just doing this. feel like I just heard a slime. Something I haven't seen once in this entire game. And I gotta run past it to get to a bed. I don't think they despawn during the day, though, guys. Nice. Whoa, that spider's totally different. Oh no, that was just as bad. I feel like they made the spiders a little bit tougher. Where the hell is he? He's got to be under the ground. There's a good sized one. Do you believe that shit? He fucking one hit killed me. Granted I only had a little bit of health, but Jesus Christ, man. This game is really fucking with me today. Time is moving faster than it's supposed to be. See that? My view changed. And I didn't intend to it. It's too fucking sensitive. Oh, I haven't forgot about you either. I'm like Haku. I never forget. Bitch. Alright, I went from having no slime at all to having plenty of slime. What the fuck? Get out of there. Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. Mark Wales, when did you jump on? No, I don't know how to duplicate items, bro. Sorry. At least this time when somebody came on, I actually saw them. Can they not turn? They can't turn? Why? could duplicate items on this. You little fucking shit. This is gonna hurt. Not much going on, bro. Just setting up my first rail line. Boom. What the fuck? This is really irritating. There we go. Jesus Christ, that shouldn't have been like that. And we'll just put one here. Wait, didn't I destroy that? There we go. That's the ticket. Now we're cooking with Crisco. So the way I had it before, it would change my view and I would end up going back. Oh, he left. Don't care. Well, I had two people join today, so it's actually gone a little better. The one guy didn't see that he had joined, and I guess because I didn't respond to him or because I wasn't doing anything interesting, he bounced. The other guy had a question, and I couldn't answer it, and when he figured out I wasn't doing anything interesting, he bounced. But, you know, I can only do my best, folks. That's all I've got. I don't have PS Plus, so I can't play online with other people. You can't get on and troll me. I can't do little stories like EY stream because I'm by myself. I can't have somebody come on and pretend to be a rare mob. Or pretend to be somebody I'm trolling. And again, like, that all felt staged. Even the trolling stuff. Like when he banned her sister's boyfriend. It clearly says on the left side, the chat side of the screen, who banned him. I mean... oh well. Is that supposed to be just like earth shifting? I've always wondered what that noise means. I mean, I've associated it with Enderman before, because Endermen make all kinds of different strange ass noises. But I don't know, there's just something about that noise that's... I know it's a cave sound, so I'm thinking it must be some kind of earthquake idea. Make some babies. Alright. I had one give me no feathers and the other one gave me 2. Only 24 more to go. Let's see what happens if I try and put an egg on it. Oh, I threw the egg. Even if I did know how to duplicate items, if you ever come back and watch, I wouldn't do that. I'm not an exploit guy. I don't want them to look at my shit and see the exploits. I've found with games that exploits can actually hurt your game in the long run. They really can. We'll ride back and forth just to see how it turns out. Oh no! See, right there, it just tried to do it again. It tried to auto-turn me around. closer to the village. Who's going chicken hunting? I'm going chicken hunting. I feel like some of these plains regions aren't populated enough. Like, there's a savanna area, and you would think a savanna area would be full of animals. It's between my place and the desert. I have never seen one animal there. I mean, maybe if I stayed around there a little longer, they would spawn in. Damn, you see how far he went when I hit him? There was a third sheep over here. They do that to me. You guys saw that. There was literally a third sheep over here. Not a pig. And when I killed the first two, the third one disappeared. My seed is cursed. It figures out what I'm looking for, and then it despawns them all. Like earlier I was looking for turtles, went through that area once before, tons of turtles. Go back to that area, fucking kill the first two turtles, all the other turtles just disappeared. It's really frustrating. Really frustrating. We're getting close to the 4-hour mark. At the 4-hour mark, I'm gonna take a break, eat for the first time today, finish my Marvel Strike Force shit. I think I might leave my alliance because like 20 levels ago, I gained access to Alliance War. But I haven't been able to experience it once because the Alliance War is behind your alliance has to be level 20. Which I don't understand why it unlocks at your level 40 when you can't use it if your alliance isn't level 20. And I've been in my alliance pretty much since I started, was able to get with alliances, and we're still only level 2. That's almost like a month. So we're talking like a year from now, I'll finally be able to use this feature that supposedly unlocked before. I know one thing, guys. I do need to go back into the nether. I just really wanted to get some arrows first. How far down did it go? north and map. That's what I'm gonna do. What are you doing in there, sword? What did I think you were, a stick or something? Negative, negative, negative. Yeah, I'm gonna carry it. I'm also gonna bring this empty map, and I'm gonna bring I'm gonna bring a book. I'm gonna go to town. Because I know now that there's a way that you can write in those books. I know there is. You know how I know? Because when EY was trolling his little sister, she had written diaries, and so had her boyfriend. Now, of course, they play on PC, so... And clearly the differences between... PC and the PS4 is considerable. Alright, can't put that there. Can't put that there. Alright. Now, where's the nearest lectern? In this big ass town. It's not gonna be in any of this building like that. Book and quill. I bet that's what I gotta use. Yeah, I get it now, guys. I get it. Somewhat slow on the uptake, but eventually I come around. What I need to do is make a cartography table to carry with me. Because even though that's a map, it's going to come in at a 0 out of 4 zoom size. So it's going to be really zoomed in. That's supposed to be a regular 3 out of 4 zoomed out size. But I've been having issues where they're not the traditional 3 out of 4 zoomed in size. They've been switching it up on me. And I would hate to get all the way to the zone I'm trying to map, and then I gotta come all the way back here and zoom the map out just to begin. Speaking of which, but what the hell? I thought you were gonna get out. Oh. And then, what else do I need for my little journey? There's a bird right there. Got me a feather. Alright. Now let's see, I got a feather. Where'd that... I found one. I just don't know what I did with it. It's not there anywhere. I think I put it in a chest in that village. Oh well. I'm not gonna monkey with it right now. I'm not why I came over here. Why do I need an anvil to use a name tag? Can anybody explain that to me? Oh, fuck, I need my starter zone map. Just to verify that I'm even exited the original zone. Fucking dick. Get down from there. Get out of there. Can I take my horse into the end? I'm not even gonna try. It seems like something that could go horribly wrong for me. Oh, that jungle. Gotta go around the jungle. Ain't fucking with no jungle. of my horses that I've gotten so far have been wanderers. Like, you get off of them here, and then they wander like 400 blocks away. That is a ways away. Oh, berries, berries. Don't care for the berries. Good Lord. Can I make it across? You killed my freaking horse! Peckerwood? I'll get another horse. The one-time berries have been useful. Yeah, we'll go this way. A little more. Wait a minute, when I killed those turtles, did I even get anything? I don't think I did. Oh, did I? If I did I even put it away before I went mining? I know I shouldn't be doing this, but I'm not carrying anything important. Let's go see if any turtles respawned over here. Kill this creeper. Yeah, got me some gunpowder. Anybody know if there's any other way to get gunpowder? Besides, like, witches and creepers? Is there gunpowder naturally occurring in mines? You would think there would be, but... Hold on, guys. I gotta pee. Actually, I'm gonna call it for a little while. I gotta eat some food. And pee and do all that happy horse shit. So, I do.